this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be joined by uh, Big D from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, and we're going to be doing our review for the 2001 movie Monsters, Inc. So this is the first Pixar movie directed by Pete Docter, who is now the CEO of Pixar. And in this movie, James Sullivan and Mike Wazowski are monsters. They earn their living by scaring kids and are the best in the business, even though they're not. They're more afraid of the children than the children are of them. And when a child accidentally enters their world, Mike and Sully suddenly find that kids are not to be afraid of, and they uncover a conspiracy that could threaten all children across the world. So before I get into my part, I'm going to let Big D do his part. So take it away, Big D.
Hey everyone, this is the Big D here, and I'm proud to be part of another collab on Ogre Boy's Pixar Fridays. This time we're going to be tackling Monsters Incorporated from 2001. First of all, I like the voice acting cast they had to offer, with John Goodman and Billy Crystal voicing Sully and Mike. They are both really great characters. I like their how they do their job, which they have to scare off human children until, well, a human little girl named Boo sneaks into their factory and must be returned home before it's too late. First of all, I really like the story for the film, and as I mentioned, how Mike and Sully have to return Boo to the real world before they get themselves in trouble. I also like some of the other characters we see in the film, including Randall, a chameleon-like creature voiced by Steve Buscemi, James Coburn, who voices the CEO of the company, Henry J. Waternoose, and I also like Jennifer Tilly voicing Celia, the receptionist at Monsters Incorporated, and also Mike's girlfriend. This had a host of other voice actors, and they voiced some pretty great characters in this film. Now, also, like I've said with some of the previous films Disney and Pixar did, like Toy Story and its sequel, and A Bug's Life, Randy Newman's back on board to do the score for this film. Let me tell you, he does a pretty good job. Some of the music in Monsters Incorporated was good, but of course, it was the end credit song, If I Didn't Have You, which was sung by John Goodman and Billy Crystal themselves. And again, Randy Newman did an excellent job on the score. Still, I've seen this film numerous times, and I really do like Monsters Incorporated. It is definitely a great Disney Pixar film, and we're going on to have a prequel called Monsters University. Look for a review of that coming up on my channel, Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, later on this month. So with a good story, great characters, a great score by Randy Newman, etc., Monsters Incorporated, another great Disney Pixar film. So as always, thank you for making me a part of this, Ogre Boy. This is the Big D saying, see ya.
Alright, thank you, Big D. It's awesome having you on these collabs. I always enjoy having you on them and everything, and this one is no exception. It's great having you on here. I agree with most of what Big D said. This is a really fun movie. To me, this is one of Pixar's funnest movies for sure. It's been one of my favorites since it came out and everything. Although it wasn't my favorite movie of that year, or even animated movie of 2001, because it came out the same year as Shrek and Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So this one was like my third favorite movie of that year when it came out. But when it first came out, I went through a huge Monsters Inc. phase. In fact, that Christmas I didn't get anything but Monsters Inc. stuff for Christmas. Like, I got maybe one or two things that weren't Monsters Inc. related. The rest were just Monsters Inc. toys and stuff. I collected all the toys from McDonald's. I had all the big store-bought toys. They went all out to make sure, my family went all out to make sure that I had a Monsters Inc. Christmas in 2001. And the characters are just really lovable. Mike and Sully have been two of my favorite movie characters ever since I saw this movie for the first time in 2001. They were just instantly lovable characters, really and truly. I knew I was going to like them really before the movie even came out when I saw that very first teaser trailer where you see them talking in a bedroom and stuff. I just knew that Monsters Inc. was going to be something special from the minute I saw that trailer. And this movie is really great. And I will say that it holds up really well. The animation holds up for the most part really well. Although some of the fur on Sully and stuff, you can tell has aged a little bit and everything. But that's just because this movie came out 22 years ago. It's not going to look exactly the same as today's animation and stuff. But I think for the time that it came out and stuff, it holds up really well. And for the time and stuff, Sully's fur was groundbreaking and everything. Um, and the movie has a lot of heart and humor. There's a lot of really funny moments in this movie throughout and everything, mostly because of Mike Wazowski. Billy Crystal is just absolutely hilarious as the character and everything. And John Goodman brings a lot of the heart with Sully and stuff. His relationship with Boo and stuff kind of brings the heart of the story. So it has a little bit of both, and it works really well and everything. And I think the voice casts are all excellent, like Big D mentioned. John Goodman is one of my all-time favorite actors. He's actually in my top 5 favorite actors, and Sully is easily one of my favorite characters of his. In fact, I might even go as far to say that Sully's my second favorite character after Dan Connor from Roseanne and the Connors, from John Goodman. And Billy Crystal is just absolutely perfect as Mike, and if you didn't have both of them doing the voices of these characters, I don't think this movie would have worked. Billy Crystal and John Goodman are just as good as Mike and Sully, and important to Monsters Inc. as Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are as to Woody and Buzz and to Toy Story. He's just absolutely great. They are a great movie pair. In 2001, we got some of the best movie friendships and stuff. We saw the friendships of Mike and Sully, the Shrek and Donkey, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, not to mention Frodo and Sam from Lord of the Rings, and another one of my personal favorites from 2001, Fast and the Furious. Saw the friendship between Brian and Dominique Toretto slowly begin and stuff. So like that was a good year for movie franchises and stuff too. Like all these have became franchises and stuff, and are still going pretty strong to this day. Monsters Inc. has a show called Monsters at Work, which is a really good show and everything. I really enjoy that show, and I might talk about it sometime and everything. Might review that sometime. But we also got the prequel movie Monsters University, which I'm planning on reviewing, but it won't be for a while though, because I'm reviewing the Pixar movies in the order they came out. So Monsters University is quite a ways away, but I'm hoping that Big D will be willing to join me. I think he already said he was going to, so you're welcome to join me on any of the Pixar movies, Big D, and everything. But I'd love to have you on here for Monsters University, because I've always felt that movie was kind of underrated. It's not like one of their best or anything, but and it's not as good as this one, but it still holds its own pretty well. But anyway, back to my review of this. I think that the story is really well written. I love the idea of monsters being just as scared of kids as kids are of them. It's just a really fun concept and everything. And the scenes with Boo chasing Sully around when she first appears is some of the funnest moments in the movie and everything. When he's screaming, running around the factory, and she's chasing him and calling him Kitty, and she's just being adorable. It's just a lot of fun and everything. And Randy Newman's score is fire. It's not quite on the same level as like say the Toy Stories and A Bug's Life, but it is still a really good score and everything. I personally feel like my favorite score of his has been A Bug's Life out of the ones, and rewatching them as an adult and listening to the scores and stuff, I feel like Bug's Life has the best score. But I love the music in Monsters Inc. and I love the song that plays at the end of it, If I Didn't Have You and everything. It's a really catchy song, and I know this sounds corny, but it makes me think of my friend and one of my best friends and everything. But it's a really, really catchy song and everything. But yeah, this is a really, really great movie, and it holds up really well. It has a lot of good heart and humor, and there's some good adult jokes in there. There's stuff for everybody in it. It's easily one of Pixar's best. It has the reputation for being one of their most popular movies, and it's understandable why it is, because it is a really great one and everything. So I'd give Monsters Inc. an A. It's a easily entertaining movie. It's one I've loved ever since it first came out, and I still do to this day and everything. It holds up really well, like most of the Pixar movies, really. And you'll hear me say that a lot on this series. I like these Pixar movies a lot, especially the first 10 or 11 of them. From Toy Story to Toy Story 3 especially. Those were Pixar's prime days, but I feel like I've enjoyed all of Pixar's stuff and everything for the most part, except for maybe Cars 2 and Lightyear. I didn't really care for those two. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of Monsters Inc. And do you think it's one of Pixar's best movies? Do you think it's their best? I've seen some people that have said that and everything, and I could understand why, though, because it is one of their best movies for sure and everything. Pixar makes some of the best animated movies and everything. And I can't wait to see Elemental next week. And everything. I don't know if I'm going to review that one next week or not, though. I might do like a little spoiler-free review of it, but I'm not going to do a big review on it. But like I said, but yeah, Pixar has been great and everything, and I've loved their early stuff. Monsters Inc. is no exception. It's a great movie with a great voice cast. Some of my favorite actors are in this movie. You got Steve Buscemi as Randall, James Coburn as Waternoose in his final film role. He was absolutely great in that role, and he's not an actor that I would say is a favorite, but he's one that I always enjoy seeing him pop up and stuff and everything. I've always liked James Coburn and everything, even though I don't really like Mr. Waternoose or Randall. I don't like the characters, but I think the actors did a great job bringing them to life and making them so unlikable and everything. While Mr. Waternoose is also kind of sympathetic and understandable, because you understand his motivations and stuff. But anyway, thank you, Big D, for joining me on this video. I had a great time, and let us know in the comments what you think of Monsters Inc. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.